get your stuff done. You know, you talk to friends, you do my TTRPG stuff, and then you get to your Sunday, which is normally your immediate just I'm preparing for the work again kind of thing. Immediate just and then instead of having to prepare for work, you just sort of have another day, and so you can more so than any day you can sort of just relax. There's nothing on. There's nothing you need to do. So you can just sit there and relax and just have some fun. So I functionally did nothing on. I did so much on the Saturday of just like a normal day, maybe a bit busier than normal, and it got to the Sunday and I just sort of did nothing really. But I'm not saying this as if it's a bad thing. Far from it. It was nice to be able to say I'm doing nothing. You know. Right. In addition to doing nothing, I also bought myself specifically. It called it a bullet hell, but I call it a survivor-like bundle. And I've been playing through it. I was halfway through a mission and I didn't want to end it, so we're gonna do this one, and then I'll tell you everything about how the game is after we've done this. There's only like 3 more minutes of this one, maybe 2. I think it's only a 20-minute timer on these things. But yeah, it's been really relaxing, really fun. Oh, I probably should actually have this up. You know, it was a bit hit and miss. I've played about 3 of them at this point. 3 of the Survivor, maybe 4 of the Survivor likes I got of the 8. And they've been really hit and miss. Some of them they just feel like they don't have... Hold on a second. Let me just move this to here so I can see. Cool. Some of them just don't have the... What's the word? Like, they just don't have the feel of being... They don't feel polished, and they feel very much like they've just been made to get some suckers for some money. I don't know. Maybe I'm being overly harsh, but like they just feel, I guess, not rushed, but I don't know, not my style. And then some of them are great. I think the thing that I don't appreciate, and I think it's the thing that puts me off your game the most, is if you have it where like you have multiple weapons or like multiple ways in which you attack, and those things don't have individual animations of you using them, or animations just sort of in general, then I'm going to be just kind of bored with it. Does that make sense? So for example, one of these ones, really cool idea, where it's like the survivor like, but the way you upgrade stuff is you put stuff in a bag, like you put your stuff in a bag like old Resident Evil, where you have to, like, there's bag space that are squares, and you've got to, everything's a unique shape, and you've got to sort of like Tetris it. Really cool. My only problem with it is it takes me out of it, and it makes me less likely to play your game when you're just playing like a knight, and he has an axe. I've chosen an axe, and instead of him using the axe, it sort of floats around them and just does an attack. I don't know, I understand when you got multiple weapons you kind of have to do that, but for me it puts me off it. Okay, let me give you a quick TLDR of the lore that I know at this point of this game. We are a space agent. We're the best of the best. At one point early in our life, we got shot, and our blood got mixed with soda, and then we became like a super soldier. We always used to love soda. Oh, and if you're from the UK, it's called fizzy drinks or Coke. If you're in other places, or pop. And because of that, we went out to kill alien thing. I think it was the leader was called like the commander. We beat him up. We beat him up a bunch, and then the world was at peace. And then we got older and older, and I think it was like 10, 20 years, and then something's happened. Something has gotten rid of the fizz from soda. Something's taking the fizz away. And we've come to this planet, and there's a bunch of sentient rocks. And a lady that's from a different alien race that's hiding in sort of a Stargatey thing. And we're going to go try and get some passwords to unlock the security system for that gate. I've got a sneaking suspicion they're going to double bluff us, and she's actually the villain that's using us to try and get inside this special place. But yeah, other than that, generalized skill tree, use money to buy the ability to do them. I will say there's a couple of things in this game that feel just like mildly inconvenient. Like, you would assume I buy a point, say I bought myself a skill point here, and I want to use it on this. You'd expect to just be able to like right click, left click it, sorry, I mean, and just put a point in it, right? It's not that. You have to use E. And it does say it here, you can't see it because of my camera, but it does say that E, but like little quality of life things that I feel like you could have added, and it wouldn't have changed much to just make it so it wasn't E, it was actually, you could also just click. You got a bunch of weapons over here. I've been making my way through them. I haven't leveled any of them up because I want to find the one I like first. They're technically cap throwers, not guns. Completely different. Ignore the fact that that looks like a bullet to me. That's in like a chamber. Now the cap throwers. So yeah, I'm gonna buy this one because I want to use this one now. See, I've just been going through the weapons. Oh, I found the console command thing. How did I do that? Oh, it's that one. And then you can get modifications for each of the bodies. I quite like this because it gives it a kind of unique look, and I appreciate this kind of cyberpunky thing and making it a bit like, what's the word, a bit more jovial. A lot of cyberpunk stuff, as you'd probably expect, is quite it's like it's almost always a commentary on corporate, or like us taking what's the word? Us taking tech too far, right? I'm always a big fan of just like every genre should have just a funny little thing that happens. This is one of the people. I feel like her model has much bigger boobs than the actual picture. Have you noticed that? Like these, unless that's her hands, is she like this? I can't even see if she... Oh, she does have hands. They're right there. I think it's the same with this lady as well. Like, look at this. That's modest, sure. But they're not like... I feel like with this costume, they're not going to go like this. But they do with her. Also, she's wearing like a... At least from what I can see here, she's not wearing the jacket sleeves in this, and she is in this. I hope it's not AI. I'm gonna assume it's not AI. I'm not gonna make baseless accusations about a game until I know it. And so I do like that this has got a bit of a story to it. It's very rare for survivor-like games to have a story to them. And you can manually reload and shoot, but I've just got it on auto. because I just prefer to be a bit more relaxed when I'm playing these kinds of games. I don't really like ice, so I'm a bit annoyed I keep getting ice. Can I, like, switch it? Oh, I can. Oh, yeah, I'll pick lightning. We can go lightning. This is the lady I think is going to be evil, by the way. Oh, you came back for me, and the codes, of course. Don't forget, you need all codes fast, or they change again. Don't you worry, hold tight and wait for me. When I get back with your people and my sodas, we'll have a nicer chat. I want to know the story behind those beautiful eyes. Oh, please. He's 100% being used. This reminds me, I saw that they're doing... I keep seeing stuff about that... What's it called? The new James Bond game that's coming out, which I do feel like was always... there was that brief period where there was a bunch of James Bond games, you know, around the GoldenEye era, and then they kind of just stopped doing them. So I'm afraid any damage you deal is increased by 2. Don't know how much that is, but it's better than nothing. So I do appreciate that they're going back to doing those. It kind of looks like a Hitman game, which does fit the aesthetic of James Bond a bit more. Although I do hope there's a bit more of like a talking part to it, because he is supposed to also be quite charming. The thing that gets me about James Bond nowadays is that you always have to have that thin line of, oh, but what are we gonna do about him being a misogynist, or like him being really disrespectful to not disrespectful to women, but being a womanizer. Not misogynist, a womanizer. Attacking enemies might freeze. Applying freeze. Sure. And I think that's a pretty simple solution to that, and I don't think it's the way that people go. It's that you still have him be that, but you have him, like, you can have him be suave and charismatic and, you know, have those things of, like, you know, be a charming fellow, right? And you don't play it off as, like, pathetic, as a lot of people like to do. What you play it off as is a liability. Like, sometimes it works, sure. Sometimes it's a liability, and is the reason why he gets caught. Is my thinking at the very least. We have a look at a map. Yeah, we should go down first. But yeah, I don't know. It's always a thin line, because you don't want to piss people off with the Q. Can you have infinite passives? I assume we can. You don't want to be pissing people off with your portrayal of a character. Like a character that's quite obviously... You don't want a character that you're portraying as a good person who is obviously not a good person, without there being an irony there, you know? Like, you can play the bad guy in games and stuff, right? But, like, they always make it quite obvious you are the bad guy. I don't know. It's not something I'd ever want to try and do, because I know that if I'm towing that line of being like, he has this bad trait, but he's still a good person, you know there'd be like 1 or 2 lines that I would miss, and it'd be like, this shows that he's a horrendous person, and we shouldn't be caring about him. I want it to do well, but I was always more interested in the interesting gadgets and gizmos that he had, and less about like frankly any part of it other than that. Like there were cool action movies that I would watch. I think the last one I watched that like I watched close to the time it came out would have been Quantum of Solace, maybe Casino Royale. And like, yeah, they were good. They're great. It's like functionally what Fast and Furious and it's the old version of what like all these action franchises do. Which reminds me, I'm assuming that Fast and Furious just did horrendously like the last one that they did. As did, I'm assuming, the Calvin and Hobbes thing. Because they've just stopped doing those. You notice that? Like, it used to be that every couple years there'd be a Fast and Furious movie. Don't know if it's a hot take, but my favourite has and always feels like it will be. I don't remember which number it is because you can never remember which number these Fast and Furious movies are. But my favourite by far was the one where they were stealing the safe from the bank, and they have that whole scene where they're using like the steel wires that they have like on the safe to sort of start hitting police cars that were getting close to them. The fact that they're portrayed as heroes later on is very weird for me. Because, like, they quite obviously they quite gruesomely maimed and killed, like, several policemen in that. I'm not 100% up for this weapon. Let's try something else. Oh. Affecting your performance. Should I be jealous? Not at all. Sure, why? Yeah, let's try out the sniper. The dragon fruit Sue. Oh, it's just called dragon fruit. So what's this upgrade do? Oh, it just bumps. Okay. What's exotic? Oh, it's the 2 crossbows. I guess that might not be a crossbow. Wait, do I have them? It counts that? I assumed that because they said it was quick and it changes, that the logic was that she was saying that you can't do it, you have to do it all in one run. I feel like that's fair to think. Your summons become more efficient. I don't summon like a huge amount. Oh, you came back for me in the codes, of course. Don't forget you need all of them fast. Yep. Yep, I thought so. You need to do it in one run. That makes sense. I'd be kind of annoyed if you didn't need to do it in one run, in fairness. Yeah, I'll take the kick. But yeah, I've been having a lot of fun playing this. Just, you know, it's one of those sort of low maintenance games that I always appreciate. I was also doing over these past couple days. I've been sort of thinking about what the timetable is going to be for the. I don't really care about this. Choose a different color. Dash is more efficient. Attacks irradiate. Yeah, why not? Let's go with radiation. I've been thinking about like the sort of the timetable on what I'm going to be playing on the Wednesdays and Fridays, because this one's always going to be the same, right? It's going to be whatever we feel like on that day. And so like I felt like playing this because I've been playing it these past couple days, so I played this. But like it could be Magic the Gathering, it could be a different game, it could be a random game that appeared on Game Pass that I want to give a shot, and I'm like, this is an excuse to give it a shot, you know? But yeah, I was thinking about that, and in my head, I've got it sort of figured out now. That's kind of cool. If I can mass irradiate people, I can just do a load of damage to every one of them. That actually might be a negative, because it might mean I won't kill stuff in one shot. But when I do kill stuff, it kills everything. But yeah, like, in my head now, so Wednesdays, obviously we're playing through Pillars of Eternity 2. And Pillars of Eternity 2, I mean, that's going to be the rest of this year, definitely. Like, those games are insanely long. And so for them to be anything but, like, a whole year escapade, then I'd be very, very surprised. What's this do? Big chance, sure. So after that, we'll probably go into the Dragon Age game. The newest one, the one that got like absolutely vilified for its for I think mainly just one character. But I don't know. I'm gonna try it because I really liked the last one, the Inquisition. And so you spit out a toxic bolt and the nearest enemy which explodes, dealing toxic. Sure. So I'll give that a shot. That probably won't nearly be as long as Pillars of Eternity, because those games, I don't believe, are to that scale. I could be wrong, though. I could be completely wrong. After that, I probably will try this. I think it's called like Avalon Fall of. It's a sort of Skyrim-y game that's set in the Arthurian legend sort of mythology, and it looked quite cool because it feels like a more modern Skyrim game that sort of that I might be interested in doing. I might even try Avowed after that. Maybe I'll go on like a Skyrim-like kick. Although I tried a bit of Avowed back when it came out, and I did not enjoy it in the slightest, which does not bode well for the for my chances of liking it. I do worry about that though. I have a real worry of like, what if I start playing a game, and the game I start playing I just don't like, and I've already decided to. I've already committed to it, and it's like, well, do I take the attitude of, well, I don't like it anymore, so I'll stop playing, but then, like, what's the limit? Like, because I know that if I give myself that out, it also means that I give myself the out of just whenever I'm feeling like I'm just not, like, there were times in Pillars of Eternity 1 where I was just like, oh god, I don't want to go back to this. This is getting boring. I don't like X. I don't like Y. I don't know what to do. How do I beat this dude? And I was apprehensive for the Wednesday streams. And my worry is that if I didn't have that strong commitment of just like I'm gonna play through this game. I don't care that I've had a bad time. I have to continue playing. Would I have just stopped? You know? Would I have just given up and that would have been that? Is the fact that I did commit mean I got to play that incredible game, and if I hadn't, maybe I would have just quit then and never got to play through that incredible game just because of one hiccup? Who knows? There is obviously I've Celasta's obviously in my I've got an eye on for the as a really good hold on a second. When you need to take damage, you already no. I'll take the dash banana throw. As like something I wanna give a shot, but I don't think that'll be a stream game. I probably will have that as more of like a personal sort of game I play on my own. Because I played the first one and I had a ton of fun with that, and I just sort of, I've got to keep some things for myself. But yeah, off the top of my head, they're the ones I'm thinking of in terms of RPGs. If I'm still going after all of that, because bear in mind, I feel like after playing all of those, it'll be at least 2 years, so it's a bit up in the air if I'd still be playing. Who knows what happens in 2 years, it's turbulent times. I'd love to still be doing it, but you never know with this kind of stuff. If I'm still doing it then, I'd probably start looking into the either the Tales of series, which I've always tried to dip my toes into, but never had a ton of luck with them, or the Trails of Cold Steel games, because I've heard great things about them and they're turn-based, so I feel like I'd have a higher shot of being able to actually play through them if I put the game on easy or I over level. Because that's the thing, is that I'm, as shown in Pillars of Eternity 1, I am not a particularly very good person when it comes to strategy. I just send people in, use abilities I like, and occasionally, very, very occasionally, I figure on a mechanic. Okay, I know this is probably a bad thing to do, but I'm going to kill this big boy before talking to her, knowing full well that there's a chance I just die to this big boy, or the enemies around said big boy. I mean, more damage is more damage, I mean, having a shield when I reload is like huge, actually. Oh. I like dude who's obviously a vampire. Thank you for saving us. No problem. As a thank you, we would like to give you a gift. It came from Up? Vending machine? We hope it will prove useful to you. You may find them around from now on. I'll make sure it does when I finish what I started. Maybe I'll pay you a visit and show you the stars up close. Would you like that? You now have vending machines. When you use a vending machine, it upgrades the level or rarity of the sodas in your inventory. If you don't have any sodas eligible for the upgrade, you'll be rewarded with health or credits. Nice. Do I pick this up? I don't know. Yeah, I'll pick this up. I don't think I'm getting that toxic, because I only have one toxic boy. No, I'm not. No, I don't want to die. Why am I getting one of these things immediately after having another one of these things? I want Ricochet. I feel like Ricochet would be huge here. It's a green can. Slurn. It's just, it's a, what is it? Oh, frick. It's not Simpsons, it's Futurama. It's a Futurama joke. I love it. I only just got that. Ricocheting attacks may spawn a yeah, but I don't have one of those. I don't have ricocheting attacks. I'd love ricocheting attacks. What's that? Oh, it's a blueprint? Where's the blueprint? Yeah, there's quite obviously that green's the summon class, and I normally do go summons. I don't know, I've not been feeling it yet. Maybe I'll find a weapon, or I'll focus onto a build that'll be more like that at some point. Who knows? What does this do? Taking amount of damage, yeah. Okay, that's not great. Attack range? Attack range better than... No, I don't think attack range is that good. I just realised he calls her Kitten, which... I don't know, feels a bit disrespectful. I mean, I guess it's a nice pet name, but you've only known her for 3 seconds. Yeah, I really need the ability to reload faster. I mean, I think the kicks are really helping to kill stuff. There's no denying that. And the samurai sword I got, the katana, that thing is so good. Like, it's unironic how good that thing is, because it's just every 2 minutes you get a bonus to your, I think it's your damage and your piercing. And I mean, if you get that early on, even if you don't get it early on, like, as long as you're getting it with reasonable time left, you're just getting huge bonuses. I'm a big fan of growing like threats and stuff, so that's always going to be my go-to. Yeah, look at this thing. It's already giving me plus 40% fire rate, and I guess also the piercing is not that useful, but... Oh, it's only max 3 stacks, and it's not the best, actually. I thought it was a bit better. There's no need to spend money on... I'm not going to spend money I could spend on buying a new gun, or buying new skills. I do find it a bit interesting. In a lot of these games I've been playing... Oh, that's what I want, Ricochet. A lot of these games I've been playing, they seem to go with the mechanic of the skill points that are like your meta progression for the game. To, you know, each rare card gives... These rare? Only rare though, so I'd only be getting 30% global damage, which is better than this, objectively. But what I find is weird is that with the meta progression for like skills and stuff, they seem to default to going for having it that you don't have an alternate currency that's relating to your skills. It's not like a different form of meta progression. Instead, what it is it's always buying it with the base currency that you use for other stuff. which, I mean, I don't know if that's... I like that better. I kind of prefer having a meta currency for each of them, if I'm being honest. What the frick is this? On reload, burn the ground you're standing on. You're staying on. Any burning ground grants you increase. That's insanely good. What the hell? Yes. Is that giving me 30? Yeah, it doesn't care about. I've never gotten a legendary like that before. I'll take the reload time decrease. Look at this. So I'll just stand on the fire. Because why not? Summon 1,000 slimes. Deal more damage. When you reload, smite the nearby enemies. That's kind of fun. I like that. I need everything that protects me from when I'm reloading. Because when I'm reloading, I'm kind of weak. I mean, not when I have the infinite slime squad, but that's beside the point. You don't make assumptions based on those things, because they come from killing. And you can't always assume that you're killing stuff quickly enough that they matter, right? Anyway, back to the scheduling thing. So that's sort of my idea for the Wednesdays. For the Friday ones, it's a bit interesting because obviously Guild Wars, I've been playing that now for, I feel like a year, but it probably is a year. I'm consistent spinning rings, projectiles, these rings split into several projectiles to damage, sure. It's been going on for a while, and I expect it to go on for a lot longer, because even if we just talk about the games that like the expansions I already have the next 2 expansions. So I've got Path of the Fire and then the Dragon one. And so it's a situation where I'm like, well, like I've got a year, maybe a year and a half worth of content left of that. And that's if I don't spend time 100%ing areas. Which I still will be going back to, by the way, on the Path of the Thorn areas, because I just need to get the ability to use the glider to allow me to, what's it called, ley line gliding. How come I haven't seen that Kurosawa thing yet? Every attack I do ricochets, so why doesn't it not? I don't know. But yeah, obviously there's a lot of time left on that one, but even if we ignore that, like there's an obvious, at least to me I think, obvious thing to go into after that. Bearing in mind, this might be like 3 years down the line. But if that happens, we'll go into Guild Wars 1, because they reforged it, like, not recently now, but like fairly recently. They redid it, upgraded it, and so that would be fun to try out. From what I've heard from Guild Wars 1, you actually play different characters in DLCs, which is kind of interesting. But yeah, so with that already sort of pipeline. I've had less of a thought about what to do with after I've done the Guild Wars stuff. There's some ideas around, like one of the people I watch quite regularly, he's really addicted to Dragon Quest X, which isn't translated into English, but there's ways to add this translation software that allows you to like have all of the stuff in the game translated into English. And apparently that game is insanely good, and like from what he's been saying, like each of the versions, which is just kind of what they mean with expansions, which you get the first 4 for free, which is pretty cool. Each one of them is like functionally a Dragon Quest game. Now, I've never played Dragon Quest, but I've never hated, like, they've always been quite, like, from what I'd seen of them, quite sort of like, I don't want to use the word generic, but like, they laid the surface for like, they're one of the games that laid the surface for like RPGs. Where is this guy I'm supposed to kill? Or when he faced me? So yeah, I'm potentially gonna give that a shot at some point. Alternatively, I would always love to go back to Knights of the Old Republic. I think that's it. It's either Knights of the Old Republic or Star Wars The Old Republic. It's the one that's the MMO. That one has, like, in my opinion, the best story out of an MMO. Out of any one I've played, at the very least. Because it's functionally just an RPG story, and you can also see other people there. Especially the base game. No, I think I'm fine with what I have. Like, if I got something that gave more than 30% global damage, then maybe I'd switch to it, but the frog's not it. But yeah, I want to give that. I would love to play that again, just because it's one of those games where I just know that I would be having fun the whole time, and I've never played the DLCs, and I don't know if I haven't heard horrendously good things about them, but I haven't heard like really, really bad things about them. And to be able to play that again would be really, really fun. And kind of would be maybe a bit of a, what's the word, palate cleanser after having such a big MMO. Because that's what I'm kind of assuming Dragon Age is going to be for me after playing Pillars of Eternity 2. Because as much as I love those Pillars games, they are a lot, right? There's a lot to them. There's you know, they're very big, they're very chunky, the story's quite dour, you know, it's proper serious, and there is a portion of why I play RPGs that are just, I want to be a hero going to kill the big bad, and, you know, kill the dragon, save the princess, kind of like old school ideals. And, you know, I appreciate the things that, you know, Pillars of Eternity does. Don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to discredit them. It's an incredible game, and I've had a ton of fun playing it, and I do like those questionable decisions that make you think about whether you've done the right thing. But then there's also occasion where I just like, Yeah, but I don't always want that, you know? It reminds me of... I don't want to... This isn't going to come across... I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to talk about that. I feel like that's a bit too personal. I don't feel it's fair on the people involved. Sorry about that. But yeah, I would say that, like, there's obviously a balance with these kinds of things, and you don't want to just be focusing too much on that kind of stuff. Because, like, I don't think I could deal, for example, with me focusing all 3 streams in Pillars of Eternity. Having, like, these streams like this, where I can sort of just sit here, I can talk through with you guys, I can functionally not, half the time, not even be looking at the screen, is the kind of things that I do want occasionally. You know, you want the ones where it's just mindless, low maintenance kind of thing. It's funny, one of the friends I was talking to on Saturday made an offhand comment about that, where we had just finished doing, just finished them DMing TTRPG thing. And they said something along the lines of, like, I don't have, like, the brain capacity to be playing this, like, strategy game that they were playing at that point, and it's like, I'm gonna play something a bit more, like, low maintenance. And that's sort of like my idea with these things. Normally, especially on Mondays, because Mondays is like, you'd expect Wednesdays to be the worst day, because you're not really that close to the weekend you just had, and you're not that close to the weekend that's just is coming up. But in actuality, I find a lot of the time that the Monday is like a notably bad one, because it's a bit of a shock to the system, where you're just like, it's what Tuesday's going to be for me. I mean, it's what Tuesday's going to be for me. Come on, think of it. For me this week, because of us obviously having Mondays off, but that feeling of the shock of, like, oh, you're not in leisure now, you're in work, is something that is a lot. And the reason why Monday streams are always just sort of whatever I feel like is, I don't know if I would have been able to concentrate on, you know, the lore and the story of the game in as much detail as I would want to give something like that. Does that make sense? %5 attack damage for every card, so it'd be including itself, so it'd be giving itself 25%, compared to this that gives 30 global. If I take rid of any of them to put that in, I lose that. Yeah, that's not worth it. That's not worth it at all. But yeah, it's an interesting thing. For Wednesdays, I'm a lot more sort of settled into the fact that work is you know, an inevitability at the moment, and so it's not, at least for me, as big of a deal, and I can sort of relax and sort of go, okay, well, this is the story I want to get into at this point. You know, funny enough, talking about, like, RPGs and stuff, I was thinking about like telltale signs that the game is probably not for me, as in it's like probably too hard for me. And one of them, like that was the most obvious in my head, was if I see items that don't objectively give buffs and debuffs. What I mean by that is there was a game called Phoenix Protocol. It was an XCOM style game. I think it was called Phoenix Protocol. It was an XCOM style game. I'll talk to this story stuff in a sec. And the whole point of it was that you had all these different factions, and the enemies actually adapted to the strategies that you chose, and these different factions had unique things that they had, right? But the thing that got me about them is that none of the weapons were better than another weapon. So for example, I had a pistol, and I will never be able to get a better weapon objectively than this pistol. I can get a weapon that does a different job better. You know, I can get a weapon that's like, oh, it's got less damage, but it's got more range. Or I can get one that's got, oh, it's got more damage, but it's got less range. You'd be like, yeah, well, that's just what weapons are, right? You know, they normally have the shotgun that's shorter range with more damage. But I mean, it's like, you normally in games, you get the shotgun, and then you can get the gun that's shotgun level 2, and it's an upgraded gun. It never had any of that, and that was an instant, oh god, I don't think this game's for me. Another success, old friend. What's next? Next planet there's soda is called Procalyptus. I feel like that's a pun and I don't get it. Space agent carrier ships got shot from below. It was inhabited by the local myclia organisms. Is that mushroom? I know mycelioid. Like the word myc normally means... M-Y-C-E normally means mushroom. Mushrooms. Oh yeah, cool. Not at all. Seems they are hostile. How do you know? They destroyed our explorer drone. Lost footage is highly disturbing. Sounds like I'll drink my soda with sauteed mushroom. Let's go. I feel like that is not the cool line that you expected it to be. Let me talk to him. Okay. You know, increased luck. Start with a common soda. I like this one. Upon getting hit, there was a chance to not reset combo. Ooh, that's not bad. Increased luck by 20% and soda damage by 8%. When you're at dashes, you recover dashes faster. I think this one might be better than this one. Maybe. I just like having the random common soda immediately. It gets me off to such a good start. Deploy efficiently if you have no summons. This is a pet peeve of mine. When you choose a colouring system that doesn't work with the background so you can barely see it. If that was lighter, it would probably be better. Crit chance. I just like getting the extra money. Until I don't need money anymore, I think I'll always take the money one. Combo, 100% of your current combo. Up to 30%. Every third attack is ricochet. I like that one more. I think this is going to be one of those situations where I kind of just like everything that's already out. And so it's unlikely I pick anything. Movement speed by 10%. Okay, I might pick something on this. Standing still, no. This is quite cool. I'll pick that up. Extra armor is always nice. What's she talking about? Don't let them outsmart me. I'm too dumb to get outsmarted. Gun. Let's try out the power. Yeah, let's see what you're about. Deal up to 50% more damage to distant enemies. Okay. I mean, we're just going to buy a bunch of these until we hit the 1,000. I like having Oh, we need a circle, apparently. I don't know what that is, but... Oh, we're not going to be able to hit the 15 to get these. What a shame. Would you want an extra projectile, a ricochet, or a piercing? Against bosses, the extra projectile's better. Against a bunch of people, an extra ricochet's better. And this one, piercing. I feel like piercing's out the equation. Just up our damage by a bit. Right. Let's see how these mushroom enemies are dealt with. This is it. Proclitus. Proclitus? That feels like I'm saying something rude. I don't like that. The distress signal comes from the main continent of the planet. The space agent's ship must be a wreckage. You will go to the site, find the wreckage, and will decide what to do next. Hold vengeance. I'm coming to you. Don't forget to bring a towel. Every 7th attack? Yeah, sure. Okay, this gun is insanely quick. What? Sounds affect you more. Your summons are more efficient? Yeah, sure. Let's get out of here. I think what maybe I'm expecting a bit too much, but I expect from games like this, Survivor games, I want there to be like enough progression and unlocks that get you a couple of, like, you have a lot of fun just unlocking stuff. When they spread bullets around them, the bullets cannot ricochet from or pierce enemies. They do. Okay. That's not the best to take, but it's better than nothing. I feel like taking the snowstorm thing was the right decision. I know it's saying to find the... Oh wait, maybe I'm going ahead of myself. I assume I've got to find the crash site. Go. I found the wreckage. Not much soda though. Anyone alive? Scientists? A clone of myself. I do quite like summoning clones of myself. No, we'll pick this instead. What the frick are you doing? What? You summon? Is that your thing? You summon? I appreciate your deal, boy. Ow, stop hitting me. Oh, I need to have better reloading. Why is he here? You're not from this planet. You're more like why is it crystal than bug? Not bug. Mushroom. Where's the thing here? Look at the Irish. That feels like I was being racist. No, it's not. Look at the Irish isn't racist. Holy damn, are you okay? Sodaman, my sparkling loving friend. My sparkle loving friend, is that you? Sophia, is it really him? Affirmative, it's really him. For extraction, you'll need to get him to the drop pod. Can't you beam him up? His signature is not identified for transport. We'll need to get him up via drop pod for physical extraction. What's the plan, my man? I'll untie you. Can you walk? Well, no. I'll have to carry you then. Strap yourself. Strap to what? Never mind, here we go. I like how I changed what I look like. Where? Oh, to my drop pod? Okay, yeah, I can do that. Ooh, bubble turret's always fun. Bubble turret's really fun. We're choosing bubble turret. Oh god, I'm so much slower when I have a dude. Strapped to me. Summon a laser bird that goes to the next. What would I be replacing? Exploding. I like exploding. Damage? Damage is always good. Damage is always good. Where's my... Where is my drop pod's there? Okay. More bubble turret, I think. I'm used to being able to walk out of their attacks, and you can't do that when you've got a dude on you. What the hell are you doing? You gonna throw a grenade? Yeah, you're a grenade boy. What are you doing? Okay, you've got big boys. These dudes are a lot more varied in abilities. I think the crystals only had basic boys. And I don't count the dudes who were slightly different colour, they were just more tanky. So they had basic boys, they had dogs that ran at you. And then... I guess the scythe people, but they're here as well, so do you count them? Okay, he just walked in there, I'm just saying. Careful. They're harder to crack than they seem. Sure, mate. I'll crack them open like I crack open a soda. Oh, it's so funny. Have a chance to make the enemies sneeze, scattering projectiles. They can apply virus. Yeah, sure, why not? Not sure they have noses, but that's why you put it in quotation marks. God, I can't believe I've gotten... It's 4 minutes and I don't have a single card yet. That is not like me. And these tanky enemies are tanky, as you can probably expect. Is it weird that there's several people that I watch where I like their stuff, but I don't like... I like their stuff they do in groups with other people, but I don't like watching... I like watching them, and I like watching them solo, but I don't like watching the other people's streams, even though I like them in his stream. Does that make sense? So like, they'll be like, let's call them like Jonathan and Jeremy. I like Jonathan's like group stuff, I like Jonathan's solo stuff, but when Jeremy tries to do his... And I like Jeremy when he's doing the solo stuff with the John person, but I don't like it when Jeremy does stuff on his own. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? I hope that makes sense, because that's... I feel like I've got a couple of groups of people where I'm exactly that feel. What? He threw a... That's the first time that mage has shot me with a toxic attack. They've always... The first thing they do is summon a boy. That's their thing, they're summoners, aren't they? That's a lot more damage. Wait, those are... irradiated boys. Can I not irradiate them? If I have an irradiation build, how do I deal with them then? Enemy projectile speed is actually really useful here. It's kind of clutch. Oh god, we're getting attacked by insects now. Let's say bugs. Okay, so I'm guessing that the round thing is the same then. Because this is just fast attack, but they look different. You know, it's just... I do wonder actually if the new legs that I have, I think they give me like 30, maybe... I forget what percentage they gave me in terms of extra health and armor, but I do wonder if maybe I would have been dead if it wasn't for that in this mission. So what is this area? I'm assuming it's damage over time? Or buffing, I guess, maybe? Health? I mean, that's almost as good as health. Snow Crush. Wait, all of them went up? Holy damn. I need to be getting more of these vending machines. They seem like overpowered. %'s not insignificant. Movement speed? I kind of need more movement speed. I feel a bit slow because I've lost my movement speed buff. $104. That's functionally doubling extra damage I have. I mean, yes, I need that. I think armor for me is better than dodge chance. Killing an enemy with a gains a turn stack. If a max stack should become immune to the next hit. I don't know how often I'm actually getting the stacks of this. It's my boy! It's my boy! Yes, okay, we're good. We want that vending machine. Oh, those purple things are good things. Oh, okay, this is the exact same dude. Except he's got different attacks, he's a lot scarier. I don't want toxic. So do you attack where you hit the floor, and then you do your jump? Nope, you just died without that ever mattering, eh? Reload time. When the virus expires, they blow up. I mean, I think this is good, but I don't know how good it is. By the way, I know I could be a ton more efficient if I didn't have auto shoot and auto aim on. I don't care. Ooh, that's legendary now. I don't even remember which one Zaza Juice is. But I think we make our way this way. I don't even have a full card back. So maybe I go down this way? Yeah, let's go down this way. I assume I'm weaker now than in the lore than when I was like at my peak, sort of like fitness age. I would be interested to see like if I would have been more powerful then. Though in a world where like psionic parts are a thing, like you can have robotic parts in you, there's a solid argument to say that maybe you just don't really... You could just be at peak when you're an old guy, because you could just have a load of robotic parts. My guy at minimum has robotic eye, robotic stomach, um, robotic legs, I think. I don't like this one a lot. Well, I guess I could get rid of my... Constantly keep getting rid of my, the healing over time slot. But yeah, we're gonna go this way, keeping a sort of like downward, slight down, but mostly just right. Get ourselves those wings to just give ourselves a bit more speed. Plus it's just on the way. And then make our way to the vending machines that seem like they're kind of overpowered, if I'm being honest. Even that low roll, I don't even know if it was a low roll, but the lower roll of the three, only 3 of them getting upgraded, it was still pretty good, in my opinion. I'm not sure how much the 24% reload speed decrease. Like, I was about to say I don't know how much that's actually helping, but I know exactly how much it's helping. It's helping by 23% health helping, but like I don't know how much it really has an effect on things. Like I'd have to see a before and after, and the problem is you never get to see a before and after in this game. Or any of these sort of games where you get these upgrades. So you never know if, like, you'll actually ever see that extra 5% damage that you have, you know. Statistically, it means that if you had to shoot the dude 100 times, you have to shoot him 95 times now. And that, to me, is significant. But in practice, is that actually how it is? Normally not. I feel like me going virus heavy against the swamp things is actually just a huge mistake and I shouldn't have done it. Is that weird to say? Is that wrong? Oh no, it's blue ones. They're slightly stronger. And red. Okay, so I did relatively high roll in the 3 upgrades. Because that was a 1 upgrade one. Even a 1 upgrade one it's a free level up. You just have to find on the map. When you summon... Do I not have a summon yet? I do. Oh, I thought you could only have 1 of each. Yeah, I'll take another summon. 100% I'll take another summon. Okay, instead of health regen, I'll take the attack crit chance. So that just gave me 5% global damage. Oh, there's one up here. What is this shield? I don't remember putting the shield on. Oh, the shield is the contagion shield. Have I just gotten that, or have I just never noticed it? How many summons do I have? I have my turret. I summon a clone of myself, apparently. No, wait, no, that's the override. Okay, so you can only have 2. Or is it because this one would replace... Oh, it's because it might be because they're both pink. More bubble turret, please. Okay, I maybe oversold how strong those things are. Still really strong. But before I was like they're overpowered, but now they feel like they're appropriately powered. Yeah, let's just do this. Discard 2 more cards, get a net casual... Would it be like... a casual extra 10% damage on everything? That summon? It's not a summon. I need another summon. I don't even think it's boosting their damage. I think I misread that. I thought it boosted damage, but I think what it does instead is it boosts speed in which it comes out. Like efficiency, which I think is speed of things coming out. Deal less damage. Yeah, we'll go for like that deals less damage. There's something here you want, obviously. Damage around us. I mean, having this is not a bad thing. But I just don't think it will come up a ton. Whereas I do think these love bombs come up. How did I get another magnet when I already had that? Upgrade all your sodas below epic to epic. Discard all your cards below epic. What? Upgrade all your sodas below epic to epic. Discard all your cards below epic and replace them with random epic cards. Gain soda damage and HP per epic soda and card owned. Oh. Okay. Oh, that could be a problem. See, this upgrading them to epic's a good thing. For like this one and this and this and these. But I can't risk my cards, I don't think. As much as that's a cool thing. Yeah, I'd lose all my cards except for the ones... Actually, kind of except for the ones I like. Maybe I should have done it. I couldn't look at my cards while I was in that, or at least I couldn't with the 3 seconds I gave myself to look for cards in that. Oh, what a... That's huge. That's actually huge. That's such a buff. I genuinely feel like these things are very powerful. Like, this to this, maybe? It's not the most efficient route, but whenever I have ever been the most efficient in anything. That's not how I roll. Right, let's get another card. I'm hoping for a card that like I can replace. Like, there's still a couple of these cards that I could definitely see myself getting rid of. It's the red scissor. I've had the purple scissor already. It's a kill reference, I'm pretty sure. See, this is giving me 10% global damage. This is giving me 60% fire rate and 3 piercing. This, maybe... I could see myself getting rid of that for this. When you level up, you gain one of these things. That instantly is gonna... You know... I think that instantly is just better than this. We're getting rid of this. In potentially 2 level ups, this can be the difference between good and bad. I just don't like that toilet paper. So I'm being mean to it. It functionally is that, by the way. I'm sure that realistically I was supposed to get rid of that common one I had. I like that this game is relatively easy. You know, I'm gonna say this and die, obviously. And the bosses, I guess, also can be a problem to deal with, but generally you just sort of make your way through it, and you do eventually get a build that just sort of dominates. Oh, I took damage there. Quickly, where's my shield? What happened to my shield that destroys one instance of this? Movement speed, that's huge. Oh, I'm in an area. Who are we fighting? Is it a big boy? I haven't seen them yet. Oh, there you are. It is a big boy. He's an armadillo-y boy. I'm surprised I don't get as many... It's always the big boys. It's never like a mage boy. It's always a bit of a shame. Attacks of piercing? Sure. It doesn't... I don't lose anything from having piercing. I think that's one of the things I appreciate about this game. That stuff doesn't lose stuff. Like, there's less of those... This gives you a bonus. But has this problem with it. Now it's just like, this gives you a bonus. I'm just covering this place in ice. My build isn't really ice, it's just the things that I have just produce so much ice that it looks like my build's ice-based. What's this? It's the exact same thing. No, I got even better things I don't want to lose now. Stop trying to give it me. Sorry. I got a little heated there. Keep the cool. Every level up I'm getting here is upgrading that card, you know. This is why I love that card so much. 20... Oh, I can make this epic. We'll make this epic. Like, I feel like it might already have beaten... It might already have beaten the toilet paper, what the toilet paper was on. I think it would have beaten what the toilet paper was on, even if I was just focusing quite heavily into getting cards and discarding them. Because maybe if I was focusing heavy on that, it'd be at 20%. Maybe. But let's have a look at it now. Yes, there's literally just a body pillow. I don't know. I mean, I know why they've done it, but nothing's better than it. Look at this thing. It's giving me 20% damage, global damage. In addition to, you can't see it, it says 15% attack damage and 10% soda damage. And that's literally just in this small amount of time without discarding anything. Whereas the other one would have maybe given me 20%. Ooh, Love Bombing went from epic to legendary after I just turned it to epic. I think the only way I wouldn't get that scissor is if I was really far through the game. Minus 50 max HP. When you re-roll 8 times while holding this, gain permanent lifesteal on hit, and no. That's a cool card. But I don't want to re-roll and spend a load of my money. In fact, I straight up never really re-roll. Sure, there could be bonuses to it, but like, I like what I get a lot of the time. And if I don't like what I get, I just don't take it. There's so many of these card things around that it's like not as if you're... It's not as if it's like a level up that's you're not gonna get for a while, right? We seriously not have a dash. We don't have a dash. I mean, I could add a dash. Let's add a dash. There. I don't think it really added anything to my build, except I guess technically it did because of the scissor blade. Was there a vending machine? Ooh, what's that? Legendary. You no longer need to reload. What? Yes. I no longer need to reload? I have infinite bullets? By the way, these legendary cards are insane. I got one before that was you don't take any damage from ranged attacks, which functionally makes the boss fights nothing. Because the boss fights, especially in at least in the first area, were almost exclusively bullet hell dodging. Because this is a bullet hell. So ice a lot, sure. I don't need to reload, which is a shame for my reload ability, but what was my reload ability? Is it not here? Is it a passive maybe? I've got a spot for another spark now. I don't know when I got this. They do. I don't know how you lose when you have this increased shooting. Projectile speed lowering. No, I like that. Look at this. Look at this. 25% global damage, 20% attack damage, 10% soda. There's only one thing that's been done better than that in my books, and it was there was one that was like, this gives you extra global damage based on the highest level soda you had, and I had a level 8 soda, so it gave me 80% extra damage. And that's literally the only one I've seen that's been even close to what I just showed you there. And what I find interesting is I've done like 2.5 missions here, maybe 3. Each one of them is technically supposed to be 20 minutes. And yet, I'm like an hour and 20 into this. Which means that there's been 20 minutes where I just haven't been playing the game. And I assume that's from pause menus. Because that's mostly what I've been doing. Does nobody have a spark, the thing that I can get? No? Ooh, increasing my damage by a decent amount there. Oh, that's a spark. I don't really want that spark, though. I guess I've just kind of proven my point that even if I get what I want, I'm not going to care enough to care. I don't know, I just kind of want to get to that vending machine. Movement speed, armor, probably more movement speed. Attack rate increase, ooh, now that I don't need to reload, yeah, sure. What's this? That's the one that makes them sneeze. Yeah, I like that one. I don't know if I don't know how to see if it's working. But it could have that, be better. I could just do more damage from the snowballs. I like this better because it's you know, it's around, it's doing stuff. It's not fair to it. Oh, more projectiles, sure. Oh, and we get the upgrade to the legendary one already. One hit, yeah, make that legendary. Just huge. But yeah, seriously, this game is really fun. It's just like a kind of very chill, very... I don't know, like the other ones you feel like you have to work a lot more for the abilities, whereas this one feels like it gives it to you relatively easily, and that's fine. I don't want to be working a ton for my abilities. I want that to be something for like the special achievements or the secret character. Oh, it's the frog. Oh, if I had gotten you earlier, frog, I would have 100% chosen you. But sadly, you didn't come to me early. Who are we fighting? Ryber. He already is frozen and dead? Yeah, he's dead. He had an axe? I didn't even see the axe. Well, if I could start every match with the I don't need to reload ability, I think I could win every game. Toy racer, intelligent. Oh, okay. I think you can make. Oh, who do I need to talk to? Kyber. Right, yeah, that guy. Hey, how you doing, friend? Whew, that was a close one. Glad you're here, everyone. This is Kyber. He's a chemist. Mixology, alchemy. Mixological alchemy specialist. Yeah, nothing ever comes close to his drinks. They are divine. I wish to say that you're exaggerating, but well, you are not. I'm good at what I do. Appreciate people with confidence. So how come you're here? I learned about the soda's demise. Thought you might need help. I was researching on this ship that the space agent sent to collect the remaining sodas. You're a loyal one, aren't you? You know me, but the rest of this epic needs to steep a little. I'm not to the brim yet. Of course, make yourself at home. You already know the place. I kept your bed, and please, don't flirt with my ship again. Can't promise, Von Kel. What can I do? She's drawn to me. Aren't you a charmer? Try to relax the Admiral at least. Maybe your drinks let her get her off her high horse. Speak of the devil. Sodaman. Sophie's analysis shows that the mushrooms have found the sodas and kept them. Probably because of their sugar content. Do you know anything about mushrooms? Yeah, I don't like them. My, you haven't told me that you had a star in your ship. What else could this bright and warm... What else can be this bright and warm? Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? Camber, at your service. Admiral Schwartz of the Space Agents. Tell me, have you ever been to Zarplia? It's this magical interesting. So, is he changing the skill point thing at all? No. Oh, I have to talk to him. Sodaman, come, just in time. I want to show you what I've got so far. This is an implement of new upgrades for your skills. I called it Flow, short for Fluid Loadout Overflow Web, but it's incomplete. What do you need? Most of my lab equipment is down on the planet, with those spore-spewing freaks. I'll talk to Sophie to locate them equipment. You get them, you get more upgrades. Got it. I spoke with Kate, but the equipment we need to gather are required by the mushrooms. They're all over the place. First my soda, then the lab stuff. At this point they're asking for it. You should get the gentleman what he needs ASAP. Keep your eyes open and check the map. Equipments are pinpointed. You seem enthusiastic. This is going to be fun. Wait, they haven't already... He hasn't already charmed her, have they? I want the crossbow. Yes. It is just a crossbow. I like how the achievement's called Mercy. And the weapon is called Wrath. Fire high pound penetration bolts. If a bolt kills an enemy and leaves the screen, it re-enters from the opposite side with ricochets. One ricochet for every 250 damage, applies only when returning. That's pretty funny. I like that. How that makes any sense? How that makes any sense? Who knows? Yeah, I definitely would have died if I didn't have the Titan thing. What do I have? Anything cool? No. Anything cool? No, anything cool? Sparks damage and sparks efficiency's probably good. Probably better than this soda damage thing, in fairness. Let's go for that. Eyes. No. We're good. I could upgrade my weapon, but I don't think I need to do that yet. Right, ice this time, eh? Attack, supply, chill? Yeah, why not? 5 shots. Jesus. It's not a lot of shots. I feel like this gun might be made for people who are actively not auto shooting and auto aim. Sorry about that. For some reason a huge cough needed to come out. I don't know about why that was a thing, but God, it's making me cry with how much I had to cough there. I wish I could have hit the pause button quicker. Wait, that dude's got a magnet on him. Get him. So I'm into cocktails, but I'm guessing they're fizzy cocktails? Or else it wouldn't make too much sense. Ooh, look at the buff. You're the one crazy for not eating them when they were captured. Now we have an abundance. Okay. Deploys are more efficient. Increases after you dash. No, we need to re-roll this. When you reload, strike random core lightning. Why not? What is this? Look, armor, dash. No, I want reload speed, please. Crit chance? Fine. Crit chance is better than nothing. Patriot's Milk. What a name. Ow. I could have dodged that. I didn't, but I could have. I don't think I like this weapon for my build, which is auto-aim, auto-shoot. If I wasn't auto-aiming, auto-shooting, sure, maybe. Like when I'm playing Disfigure, which is another survivor, like if you haven't been here when I've played Disfigure, which by the way, had an update, means we're probably going to be playing it again. More projectiles. Okay. When I was playing Disfigure, they had weapons like this, but obviously I'm manually firing them, so it's less of a problem. Let's go this way. We need all the upgrades we can get, frankly. So I do not have the speed of shooting to get what I want. I need damage around me passively, like the irradiation thing, or I need the balls that go around you, or I need to increase my reload speed. Probably should have taken the magazine. It's functionally the same thing. Yeah, got it. You're a man of your word. Don't even mention it. What does this one do? This little gadget accelerates the carbonation process. My own design. None of the space junk work. They're not making them like they used to. Ah, the old days. Look, that's objectively true in some circumstances, right? Like, I know the joke is that, like, only old people say it was, like, stuff like that because it was actually bad, but you were used to it, and B, early game reload speed buffing, purple scissors. Oh ho ho ho. And you know, you were more used to it, A, and B, you were younger. So it you know, you were more used to, you were more like, what's the word? What is this? So if I get close, it. How do I get? Got it. I don't know what I did differently. I think it was because I was looking away, but I didn't control where I look. But yeah, you're more open to change when you're younger. You're more adapting. It's growing with you instead of growing despite of you. Where I get 15% global damage from that. I mean, that's something. But there is some situations where, like, it was objectively true. And, like, I'm saying this as somebody that was born with it. Like, iPhones, great things, love them, sure. They do not last nearly as long as older phones could have. Like, you could pick up an older phone now and probably you're likely to be able to use it with very little changing. Because they weren't made with the idea that we're going to try and sell you another one, like, as soon as we want to sell you another one, you know? What is it? Planned obsolescence wasn't really a thing. Or if it was, it wasn't like a huge thing. No, why did you trap me in here? I've got no chance against the flying boys, no! Oh, okay, we're doing okay. On cooldown, a hammers fall from the sky. Sure, Mjolnir. Cool. We're doing fine. Oh wait, okay. Coming up each day. See it through my window shades, it's alright. Just passing time. Doing fine. Am I really fine, or I'm just really good at lying? How am I alive? How is this working? I need the magnet. I need the magnet. I need the magnet. I need heals as well, but I can't get heals. But I need that magnet because maybe that magnet makes it so that I can level up enough that it doesn't matter that I need heals. When you really not sure. Sure. It's the same 3 things every time. I don't want any of these. Show me something else. Yeah, sure, the smite enemy thing. Stop giving me reload specific stuff. It's too limited. I don't know what sparks are. It's told me about them, but I refuse to learn. That didn't help. That didn't help in any meaningful way. All my reload stuff comes off cooldown at the same time. He's got a microwave and they're going to call it something fancy, but that word is just microwave. What's this? Reload speed, yes, yes. Max health wouldn't help, by the way. Before people shout at the screen, max health would not give me extra 20 health. It would give me extra 20 max health. Fuck, we're going to die to this thing. We're going to die to this thing. Oh, you suck. You suck. You objectively suck. I'm fucking invincible. And, oh, that scared me. That scared me a lot. Oh, he's got health. He's got health. He's got health. Oh, I'm good. I'm actually good. There's more health up there. There's more health up there. That was nothing. That was no health. Minus health. I reload so quickly now. I reload. I need fire right now. We are turning this into a regular gun. And I just have to survive. I don't think I'm going to be able to survive, if I'm being completely honest. I'm very worried about that. Deal bonus damage on your based on your max health. Any enemy killed has a chance to increase your... Sure. I don't actually know what's smiting them. Because it's not the lightning. Because the lightning's my lightning ability. It's quite frequent, actually. It's not as powerful as I thought it would be, but I appreciate self-contained growth threats, where it's like, I get boosted based on how much you have of this, and also I increase your chances of having this. On cooldown, spawn a damaging miasma zone at random locations that lasts a few seconds. Sure, you're legendary and I'd have a free spot. It doesn't seem nearly as good as the fire one, but... down, up. Down, up. Got it. We need to upgrade our sodas. We need to be stronger and faster. We need to increase our fire rate. We need a lot of things, frankly. Addicted to the... Give me health. That's not health. Dash. Deploy. Hammers. Deploy. Yes. More health. More health. I need. More health. I need. Passive healing. I need. Sorry, I'm getting a bit loud here. Sorry about that. The game got me. This is insane. I'd never be able to use that, by the way. What's this do? Strike damage. Summon damage. Nah, I think I'm good with what I have. Not really sure what strike damage is, but it's been there since day one, so I'm not about to get rid of a day one for something I don't really think I'll get much out of. Let's be honest, I'm not gonna get rid of any day one things anyway, because I'm, what's the word? Incredibly stubborn is the word. Some people call it autistic. I call it I'm incredibly stubborn and autistic. So I'm doubly unlikely to be able to say yes to change. Ricochet seems good. Can I ricochet? I can ricochet. Oh, come here. Oh, look at all these buffs. Expect me to lose with this ability. Ha 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 ha. I've had this purple sword, this purple scissor blade since really early on. It's probably upgraded to insane levels. I mean, the difference between 1% and 1.5, I guess, is notable. Ow, 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 ow. What do you do? First reroll on card chest is free. Deals less damage. No, I'm good. It's not the mini bosses that are a problem for me. Attack crit chance. Ooh, 26%. Let's go down. Get a blueprint. Get a card. I think like this might be useful. Is that insane to say? It is. I need to find... I'm going to look it up, but there was a Binding of Isaac style game. It was set in like a demented boarding school or something, and the teachers had all gone missing and it went insane. It's kind of... There's a part of me that either wants to watch someone play that or play that myself. And it probably is going to be the secondary one. It's probably going to be the watch someone play that, not the play it myself. Because I'm horrendous at Binding of Isaac. I've gotten none of the special endings. I've got none of the... Is the reason I started talking about Binding of Isaac because this is a Binding of Isaac song and I didn't realise? It sounds vaguely Binding of Isaac. Hold on a second, let me look at what picture they have on this Indie Rain. No, that's not Binding of Isaac. That's a bunch of large mushrooms with a weird... This might be a... what is it? Hollow Knight-ish kind of thing. I don't know, I've not watched anyone or played myself any of Hollow Knight. That's a lie, I've watched someone play Hollow Knight, but it was not like a normal playthrough. It was what's called an archipelago. You have a bunch of people in like one server, and all of the items are randomized between all the different games you guys are all playing, and your goal is to complete the game. But like, for example, the ability to swipe left might be in a different game. And there's some biases, so that the earlier stuff is at early on and the later stuff is later, obviously. So that you're not just like, oh cool, you've just beaten the final boss and now I can finally play my game past the starting bit. But it's a fun concept. It's fun watching at the very least. I don't think I'd ever want to play myself. But I think magazine size would actually be a negative for me because of all my reload abilities. Damn, I thought I kind of would demolish these like spawning boys like this because it needs consistent crowd control, and I felt like I had consistent crowd control. But I think my consistent crowd control is not good enough. Because it's not fast enough? Maybe because I did... Atomic Bomb. Yeah, I mean, every so often just drop an atomic bomb. Why not? I was talking about having not enough. I like how I've made this build work by functionally making my gun useless. Like, my gun is not needed. My gun is there to allow for me to shoot my other things that require me to reload my gun. I'm saying this occasionally, the atomic bomb, occasionally my crossbow does something and it's not the atomic bomb or the lasers or the Mjolnir or the icicles or any of those things. I know that there's something right there, but I just want to upgrade my stuff for this vending machine for a second. Okay. See, that vending machine is technically better than going for this can, if you think about it. It's technically 3 level ups. For a second there, I thought that mushroom had survived an atomic bomb. And in fairness, it's one of the few things I would be like, yeah, that makes sense that this survived an atomic bomb. Where is it? It's there? Oh god, I hate that attack. How the heck was I supposed to dodge that? I mean, luckily I had the damage to not learn the mechanics, but I can't imagine having to deal with that normally. Attacks of piercing. I already have piercing. Look? Yeah, looks not bad. Might do... I wish this does increase your chance of upgrading it from 1%, because 1% means functionally it's never happening. It might have happened 3 times, actually. I was talking about that, and then I looked at it and I remembered I was on 177 about earlier in this, and I don't think I've taken any max health upgrades, so maybe it's happened a total of 2 times. Which is not good. I mean, the percentage increase in damage, I guess, is good. There's a thing here. I want the thing. Yes, movement speed. After a few attacks. I don't do few attacks fast enough, I think. I think that's my problem. One of my many problems. Complete the Need for Gear mission. You know, this we actually might be almost perfect in time here. Like, we got another 5 minutes before, and it's not really 5 minutes. It's more than 5 minutes because you have to stop here to do this. But we've got another 5 minutes of the game before we fight the final boss. And we've got about 2 minutes left of the stream before we hit the exact 2-hour mark. But, like, that's not a big deal, right? I kind of want to get another one of these. So that I can see how my card is doing. My level up scissor blade. But I can make such a strong build if I was just allowed to, like, choose every card before it goes in. Because I just pick both the scissor blades, so I'm always getting the buffs. And then I pick... what else would I pick, actually? Now that I'm saying that. Strike damage... less global damage? No. If it was the same global damage... I didn't check! Hold on a second, we need to get another one. Just increase my movement speed so that I can get to another one quickly. Quickest one. You know what? Let's get the vending machine first. Increasing this even more? I mean, yeah, we should. How about, like, having my lightning do even more damage? if I keep it getting even more powerful, eventually, well, it will always, luckily, be able to kill everything around me. Because if it can't kill everything around me, we have a problem. Because that's functionally most of my ability to succeed. You summon a Stormclaw that locks onto and deals consistent damage to nearby enemies that got hit. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I mean, why not? More damage. I imagine if I had, like, a summon build with this, it would be really kind of insane, actually. Although I've only seen efficiency, not damage on summons that you can up. In the normal way. Okay, right. Leveling up grants 40% fire rate for 210 seconds. No. Deploy damage. No. Let me look at this. 60% fire rate, 60% reload speed, 65% movement speed. This thing is not really getting anything done, is it? And yeah, just have a look at my speed in which I reload. It straight up does not give me a second to even see how I how I reload. The only problem is the fire rate of my weapon. If that was higher, we'd be good. You summon a consistent spinning ring around you. Projectiles passing through this ring split into several projectiles. Projectiles pass. I don't summon enough projectiles for this, but simultaneously, they don't seem to take up any slots, and so I like them. How do you make a text that call lightning? Sure, call more lightning. As if calling lightning wasn't doing enough. Now there is a problem with this build, which is I don't know how good it does against single targets. Because I don't remember if I was at this level of build before. But I don't know if it'll be that big of a problem, realistically. Ooh, more lightning. Frightening. Let's go up. We'll go for another card thing up.
Last video, I broke
oh fuck, it started the other complete thing. Sorry, I have a Pokemon thing that I had a Pokemon fan game thing that I'm looking at just to see if I can get some Pokemon fan game recommendations, because I love Pokemon fan games. God, I love them. There's a bunch of adverts on the background noise video, so I'm just getting through those first. I'm sure you understand. Crit chance, heal on crits. It's good. No, this is too slow. That's better. I'm going to be completely honest. Sometimes when I'm looking at these things, I'm like pretty sure that these are going to get me copyrighted. But like, if they are, they are. If they don't, they don't. Who cares? Boom. That just gave me an extra projectile, right? I think that's how it works. Do 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 do. Maybe my lightning's not as frightening as it used to be. Or maybe I've got two sets of lightning, one that I've upgraded and one that I haven't upgraded. I think there's like a potential for both of those. Those sparks. What are my sparks? Is one of those called lightning? Yes, it is. Increase my sparks damage, please. If I can get it to the point where they're dealing an extra 50% damage, then it's 50% damage, you know? I still don't know which one is the smite. Oh. Kill him! Kill him! Lightning him! What is this? Oh god, we do not have good damage against bosses. At all. We might die. I actually think maybe the reload on my core lightning was a negative. I may have screwed myself. Wait, are these mushrooms invincible? I kind of feel like they're invincible. They've been shot with several bits of lightning and they don't seem to be taking any damage. Oh. Mjolnir, you did nothing. My projectile actually did the most damage. I kind of expected the lightning to... Oh, the electricity did. Never mind. Right. I hope everybody had a fun time watching this. I had a great time playing it. I will see you all on Wednesday for more Pillars of Eternity 2. I'm really looking forward to actually jumping into that game. I wish you all a good couple of days. Bye-bye.